Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Ahmad Fauzi, usually called Fauzi. I studied at the State Islamic University of Maulana Malik Ibrahim Malang, Faculty of Science and Technology, Chemistry Study Program. My place of birth is Blitar, and I'm 19 years old. Here I will explain the summary of the coagulation videos in the environmental chemistry course. Coagulation is the addition of chemicals to stabilize of the electrostatic force of non-suitable solids. Coagulation chemicals typically have a positive charge which binds to the negatively charged particle in water, neutralizing them and following them to come together to form small clumps of particles called micro. Flock in most cases the chemical reaction in a fraction of a second, so it is important the coagulant is dispersed quickly and evenly to encourage as many particle collisions as possible because this process relies on chemical reaction. Several considerations must be made. Water temperature, for example, colder water usually slows, and coagulation, flocculation reaction which may require more time to achieve optimal flock formation. Extreme values of pH, high or low, will also interfere with the process. Coagulant effectiveness is highly dependent on pH. For some coagulants, alkalinity is a factor, and operators may need to rise out validity for coagulation to be effective when using iron or aluminum. And then coagulants effectiveness is highly dependent on pH. For some coagulants, alkalinity is a factor. Operators may need to rise out validity for coagulation to be effective when using iron or aluminum. Coagulants that can consume alkalinity and decrease pH when they are at too low alkalinity water. Turbidity is also important. The lower the turbidity, the more difficult it is to form proper flock. The most common coagulant chemical used is aluminum sulfate, and commonly called alum. When added to water, alum form like jelly. Particles of aluminum hydroxide, the trivalent aluminum ions, neutralize and attach to negatively charged particle in water, forming microflock. Alum works best in a pH range of 5.5 to 7.5. polyaluminum chloride and iron salts such as ferric chloride and ferric sulfate are also used. They operate over a wider pH range. Coagulant and flocculate aids to improve binding, build stronger, more suitable flock, and affect flocculation by increasing flock eye strength or flock density. In addition, they help overcome the effect of low temperature, reduce the amount of coagulant needed, and reduce the amount of sludge produced. Commonly used coagulant aids include cationic polymers. Polymers are defined as a synthetic compound with high molecular weight and composed of repeating chemical units or monomers. Polymers may be polyelectrolytes such as the water soluble flocculants, water insoluble ions exchange resins, or insoluble uncharged material. Polymers are long chains of molecules that produce highly charged ions and help bind micro flock together into large flock particles. They are very popular with operators because they are very effective and can be positive, negative, or neutral to charge, providing a great deal of flexibility in different circumstances. So to assist the installation in the optimizing the coagulation flocculation process, it is necessary to determine the optimum dose of the coagulant used in the sewage treatment process. CHARTES is a series of tests to evaluate the process of coagulation and flocculation, as well as determine the dose of chemical use. And then, so that was a little presentation in English from me. There was a lack of it. I'm sorry. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.